driver from Kennebunk, Maine, on the pole in the number 49, and another veteran driver who picked up his first ever win last season, Matt O'Brien, in the number 16. And a little anxious to get going.
Double up.
Gonna double up.
Like 15 times. Lights out here.
Trying to get them doubled up for the start. Now they get the furled green, indicating we'll go green flag racing next time. These guys anxious to get going. Bundy on the pole, Matt O'Brien on the outside. Here they come. Green flag. NEMA Midgets underway, and Matt O'Brien in the outside pole position leads to the lead. Down through 3 and 4, it will lead lap number 1, but here comes Mike Warren. Mike Warren in the 93. The challenge from Randy Cabral. Cabral, a rocket spy on the inside to take over the second spot. Horn back to third. Lee Bundy fourth. And Google runs in the fifth spot in the number 33. Cabral reeling in. Matt O'Brien about to have a battle for the lead. O'Brien running a groove up. Leaves the bottom open. And Randy Cabral will take advantage of that at the halfway mark. Cabral will be the new leader. O'Brien trying to fight back on the outside. But Cabral just too strong, able to clear him and solidly into the lead in that number 74. O'Brien into 16 for second. Mike Horn running third, and Lee Bundy right into the fourth spot. Clicking off the laps pretty quick here for the NEMA Midgets. One more lap for Randy Cabral. Sailing down the backstretch. You'll see the checkered flag this time. Randy wins it. Matt O'Brien for second. Mike Horn holds on for third. Lee Bundy will be fourth. E.J. Google fifth. Since pretty much the formation of the club back in the early 1950s. And the history continues. A car normally driven by Kyle Valeri from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Lansing Fedoro, son of the great Nogi Fedoro, famous Fedoro racing family. This is Lansing, aboard Mike Scarvani's number 21. Okay, set to go green next time. Joey Bailey inherits the pole in the A1. And Braden Egan right alongside in the free. Here they come. That's not going to count. Joey Bailey on it a little too quick there in the A1. And A1 is a team car to Mike Horn's number 93. Both of those cars are prepared at A1 Automotive in Ashland, Massachusetts. As you mentioned, Joey making his first start of 2026. Multi-time winner and champion in the TQ Midgets in the New Jersey and Pennsylvania area. Came to midget racing just a few years ago. And his second year in the A1 as they get ready for the start. 8 laps for the NEMA Midgets. Here they come. Green flag. And Bailey gets the jump again this time. Out in front of the A1, Scally goes to second. Scally, who had his share of issues in practice earlier today, seems to have gotten that straightened out as he's going for the lead. Scally dives down to the bottom of the number 30. Side by side. With Joey Bailey, and Scally gets it done and takes the lead. Scally in a little too hard, pushes up the racetrack. And he gives up a couple of spots when that happens. So Bailey regains the lead in the A1. Braden Egan goes to second, Scally shuffled back to third, and Mike Perniciglio is fourth. Halfway through heat number 2 for the NEMA Midgets. Battle for the lead on the backstretch. Great Egan testing the outside and Joy Bailey. They almost touch on a turn 4. Both of them sideways out on the turn. And Great Egan goes in trouble. And the yellow's got to come right out because we saw the doubled up for the start, 25 laps. Flat out speed. The big horsepower. Methanol burning. NEMA Midgets ready to go for 25 laps in their main event. Green flag. Matt O'Brien leaps to the lead in the 16 from that outside pole position. He is quickly chased by the 3M of Braden Egan. Joey Bailey in the third spot in the A1. And the dangerous one, Paul Scally, giving chase in the number 30. Battle for the lead out of turn 4. O'Brien out in front. Egan trying to find a way around. Here comes Scally with a move on Joey Bailey. Down into turn number 3. Scally gets around to go to third. Matt O'Brien continues to lead, but being hounded by the 3M of Braden Egan. Meanwhile, Paul Scally trying to reel them in from the third spot. Here's a move by Egan as yellow is out.
Safety truck, I think it's in the repair road.
And O'Brien in the 16. And Braden Egan in the 3. Then Paul Scally and Joey Bailey in row number 2 for the restart. Here they come. Green flag. Egan gets the jump on the start, works the outside of Matt O'Brien and takes the lead. Now Paul Scally will give chase, and here comes Randy Cabral. Cabral all the way from the back has worked up to the third spot now in the 74. Egan out in front trying to get away from Paul Scally. And Randy Cabral trying to reel him in from the third spot. Matt O'Brien, the early leader, holds on to fourth. And Joey Bailey rounds out the top 5. Here's Scally with a move for the lead. Underneath the 3M of Braden Egan, and Scally goes to the lead. Starts to drive away. Egan trying to hold on to second. He's being hounded by Randy Cabral in the 74. Here's Cabral with a look to the inside. Trying to make it work this time. Cabral makes the pass and takes the lead. Scally trying to run away and hide. Goes around the 69 of Anthony Trefano to put him down a lap. Randy Cabral now in that 74, pedaling as hard as he can, trying to catch Scally. Coming up on some lap traffic. That's the 33, E.J. Duval. Gonna go down a lap to Paul Scally. Scally maintaining that 8-car length lead over Randy Cabral. Braden Egan for third, Matt O'Brien fourth, Joey Bailey fifth, then Lanson Fenoro is sixth, Mike Horn is seventh, Mike Cornesiglio is eighth, Lee Bundy is ninth. Those are all cars on the lead lap. Here's your leader across the stripe, Paul Scally in the 30. Caution flag is out. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Paul Scally in the 30 and Randy Cabral in the 74. Here they come for the restart. Green flag. Scally gets a decent start. Randy Cabral trying to hang tough, giving him chase down the backstretch. carefully through that third and fourth turn. Cabral again with a challenge to the outside. Can't quite get it done. Scally holds him off. Cabral loose off the second turn. Gathers it back up but loses a car length and a half. Scally on rims. Cabral trying to get to him. Can't get it done. Braden Egan all by himself in third. And a battle for fourth between the two team cars. The A1 of Joey Bailey and the 93 of Mike Horn. Here comes Scally out of turn 4. Cabral pedaling as hard as he can. Cannot make up the distance between himself and Scally, hoping that Scally makes a mistake. 5 laps to go. 5 to go. Around the lap car of Anthony Gervano once again. Scally has opened up the lead. Now 7 car lengths over Randy Cabral. With 2 laps to go, he'll have to pick himself through some of the back markers there. White flag going in the air. 1 more lap for Scally as he boggles just a little bit trying to get around the lap car of E.J. Gubel. Now coming up on Matt O'Brien, but the checkered flag is in the air and Paul Scally wins it. Randy Cabral right there for second. Braden Egan third. Fourth will go to Joey Bailey. Fifth to Mike Horn. Sixth to Lance.